Amazing.
Welcome to Limitless and the San Francisco Bay Area. In a previous episode,
1 billion planets.
the Drake equation told us how many civilizations have existed in our universe. And the Hubble telescope opened our eyes to our surroundings. And yet, it was limited. We had a new task in mind, and that was discovering exoplanets. So scientists designed Kepler. It was perfectly suited to hunt for exoplanets. In 2009, scientists launched a formidable new weapon in the hunt for life beyond our solar system. The first dedicated planet-hunting telescope. At the time, it was the world's largest digital camera. Using an array of 95 megapixel sensors to detect the infinitesimal dimming of starlight caused by transiting planets. So powerful that if it turned towards Earth, it could detect a single porch light turning off. More importantly, it was the first instrument capable of detecting rocky Earth-sized planets. Kepler monitored a select region of our galaxy over a 4-year period by taking a snapshot every 30 minutes like an epic time-lapse photograph. Scientists identified over 4,000 periodic transit events that looked like viable planets. Like Kepler 10b, our first encounter with what scientists christen lava worlds. These are rocky worlds with the same kind of density as Earth, but being so close to their star that the surface temperatures are in excess of that required to melt not just rock, but iron. So you have an entire hemisphere that is an ocean of molten rock. Kepler gave astronomers a catalog of the exoplanet population. It's even shown us that a mere 4.25 light years from Earth, our closest neighbor, Proxima Centauri, has an exoplanet in the habitable zone. And now we may have found an alien civilization.
What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about? What you talking about, Willis?
March 13th, 1997. First call recording the lights came in at 8:16 p.m. from a retired police officer in Paulden, Arizona. The retired police officer said that he saw a cluster of red-orange lights arranged in a V formation. The National UFO Reporting Center reportedly began to get a flood of calls from south of Paulden, suggesting the lights were moving in a southeastern direction. Allegedly, there were over 700 witnesses, including pilots, police officers, and military officials. Air traffic controllers could not see the lights on radar despite seeing them with their own eyes in the sky. Bill Grainer's truck route took him within a mile of Luke Air Force Base. He states that he witnessed 2 orbs, one of which was floating over the Air Force Base. At that moment, 3 F-16s took off, after which the orb pursued one and then shot up into the sky and disappeared. Before this, if anyone told me that they saw a UFO, I would have said yeah, and I believe in the Tooth Fairy. Now I've got a whole new view. I may just be a dumb truck driver, but I've seen something that don't belong here. I wish the government would just admit it. You know what it's like in the city right now? It's like having 50,000 people in a stadium watch a football game and then having someone tell us that we weren't there. USA Today published this article on March 13th. Hundreds of people reported an enormous object or objects in the night sky. This is the most confounding UFO report in 50 years. So far, there is no explanation, but the government is not investigating. Local and federal agencies disagree over who should first the report. With a country hungry for answers, then Governor Fife Symington claimed he knew who was responsible and brought out the accused.
And now I'll ask Officer Stein and his colleagues to escort the accused into the room so that we may all look upon the guilty party. Don't get him too close to me, please.
Despite making a joke about the event, Governor Symington would later publicly admit that he too had seen the craft. Quote, "I saw a huge craft come right over Squat Peak, and it was just breathtaking. As a pilot and a former Air Force officer, I can definitively say that this craft did not resemble any man-made object that I had ever seen, and it was certainly not high-altitude flares, because I've never seen flares fly in formation. Unquestionably, it was a UFO. The governor's office did inquire about the object, but they never received an answer. Let's stop worrying about this and get to the fort, man. And Birdman comes in for a landing while his girlfriend Jen watches. This approach looks a little crazy. He's got to keep going, man. He is so low. And he does not want to land on the beach. And I come in for my landing. Yeah, man. And Birdman is still struggling. He made it, man. Now to see if he can top land. And he tries it again. Nice job, Birdman. Let's get to the bowling alley, man. They hired my company to paint the outside of this place. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm in the bowling alley, man.
Dude, what a trip.
Dude, dude.
Joanne.
One more strike and Kenny has another 300, man.
Yeah, man.
Get down, come on, get here.
One more strike and Dave has another 300. Nice job, guys. Let's turn on the news, man.
So there's this star, nearly 1,500 light years away from Earth. And we have this telescope that's been staring right at it for a number of years. But scientists say something strange keeps getting in between the telescope and the star. They can't figure out what it is. Let's bring in CBS News science contributor Michio Kaku. Okay, what is happening? Why is this star causing scientists to wonder in fascination what might be out there?
Well, we don't know, and this could be the biggest story of the past 500 years, bigger than the discovery of America by Columbus, or it could be the biggest wild goose chase since the Loch Ness Monster.
Okay, well now you've given us a huge dichotomy of possibilities. Let's explain it. This is a star called KIC. I like to call it KIC, but it's KIC 8462852. That's its official name. The Kepler Space Telescope is out there. Can you explain why scientists and why space lovers are fascinated by what's happening with this?
This star is breaking all the rules. We have to rewrite astronomy textbooks. Basically, if a planet eclipses the mother star, goes in front of the mother star, starlight drops by maybe 1% at maximum. However, starlight has been dropping at 22%. There is a colossal, humongous object of some sort blocking the starlight from this star.
Could it be an alien superstructure?
That's what we're speculating. We've ruled out all the usual suspects, rogue planets, comets, asteroids. What's left but Star Trek? We're talking about what is called a Type 2 civilization that could build a gigantic sphere, perhaps bigger than Jupiter, to absorb starlight. And this, of course, is right out of science fiction, but here we are staring at it, and we have no logical explanation other than to assume that perhaps, just perhaps, it's made by a civilization a few thousand years more advanced than ours.
Let's get to Ed Levin, man. My long-lost sisters are here to see me fly. I should tell you about them. You see, my dad got drafted into the Vietnam War. Then he got shot. He got medevaced out of there to Germany, where he met a girl and got her pregnant. That's my sister Melanie. He had PTSD, so Melanie's mom sent him back to San Mateo, where he hung out at Denny's and picked up a girl whose dad owned the racetrack. He said he was an undercover and had to meet her at a phone booth. When she said she was pregnant, he vanished. She couldn't look him up in the phone book because he gave a fake name. He was already dead when she found me. But we have a cool family anyway. My sister's here at Levin, and she's gonna watch me fly.
Like my sisters, my family, stuff.
My Germany. Left Germany.
How's everything going with you, man?
My probation officer's out of town, so everything's really good.
All right, good.
And Birdman launches. Check out those birds thermaling, man. And I launch. And Birdman comes in for his landing. And he double pumps right here. Oh, that was his rebuilt ACL. He knows right away that it's bad. I don't know anything as I come in for my landing. And I land well. Yeah, my sister and my nephew. Nobody even knows that Birdman is injured yet. My wife shows up with my dog.
You didn't hurt yourself, did you?
No. That's good. Thank you.
Birdman says he'll be back soon. See you later from the San Francisco Bay Area.
Hey guys.
No, you're not here in Arnold.
For what state? What state are you living in?
California.
What's up, Kenny?
Just fine.
Limitless has been a Saul Good Productions presentation. Peace.